me my house.
A man was held up by robbers at his doorstep under threat of a weapon. They made him lie down and took everything he had on him. After robbing him, they pushed him inside his house and continued to steal more, including lottery tickets and illegal substances.
It appeared they got away with some lottery tickets and some illegal narcotics. It doesn't appear that this case is random at all. It appears that the victim may have known the suspect.
It turned out that the man who was robbed was actually affiliated with the gang that robbed him. The robbers are still on the loose, with the police actively looking for them. Described by his family as a kind but troubled man, 38-year-old Johnny Cashman, who struggled with depression and alcoholism, was found dead in his Virginia apartment. His family was initially told he died of natural causes. However, after Johnny was cremated, his mother and ex-partner found suspicious signs when they went to his apartment on April 29, 2021, to collect some of his belongings. They discovered blood and fecal matter smeared all over the place. They also met Johnny's neighbor, who mentioned that Johnny had recently been living with a drifter named Stephen Church. The neighbor showed them doorbell camera footage from April 14th, the last day Johnny had contact with his mother. The video captured Johnny stumbling up the stairs to his apartment. Shortly after, there are sounds of someone pleading, followed by silence, and then Stephen is seen leaving the apartment, wiping the door handle as he exits.
Oh, dude, what the what are you doing? Yo, what the dude? What are you doing, man? What are you doing, man? Stop. Stop.
Although the footage doesn't conclusively prove Stephen was responsible for Johnny's death, it clearly shows he left Johnny in a dire situation. On August 20th, 2023, in Oakland, California, a guy pulled up in a car, got out, and smashed the window of another car. Weirdly, he didn't take anything, and it's the 5th time this car has been hit. Despite reports to the police, the culprit is still at large, and they haven't been able to catch anyone responsible. Early on February 17, 2021, the Halton Hills Fire Department responded to a fire at the Ontario home of Christina and Andrew Rarick. After putting out the flames, firefighters found the couple dead. It soon became clear that their deaths were not an accident. The next day, police saw footage from a neighbor's security camera showing a man sneaking in behind Christina as she drove into her garage. This man was 30-year-old Harrison Brown, an employee at Christina's company. After facing criticism from Christina over workplace issues, Brown had secretly placed a GPS tracker on her car to know when she'd be home. He hid in the dark and followed her inside once she was home. After the garage door closed, he stabbed Christina and Andrew to death. To try to hide his crime, he then set the house on fire. Despite his efforts to cover up the murder, the surveillance footage helped catch him, and he was sentenced to life in prison. A young couple was ambushed by 2 armed robbers as they returned home from a night out on Saturday. One robber ordered them not to move, speaking in Spanish, but the couple tried to fight back anyway. The robbers then knocked them to the ground and repeatedly hit them with their weapons to control them. During the scuffle, one robber went inside their home, while the other kept threatening the woman with his weapon. At one point, he even tried to shoot her, but luckily, the weapon didn't go off. Despite being assaulted, the woman managed to fight back and eventually took down her attacker. The robbers managed to steal 2 gold chains worth about $8,000, thanks to Michael Diaz, who recognized one of the suspects from a previous case, and another tip that led to Yasel Ramos. Both robbers were caught and arrested. The police are still looking for the driver of the getaway car, a 4-door sedan that was parked across the street during the incident. On June 20th, 2023, in Camarillo, California, a guy timed it just right and swiftly snatched a bag that supposedly had a woman's computer in it. A getaway car showed up just in time, and they took off. The owner quickly called the cops, and they managed to arrest the thief pretty fast, but the driver who helped him escape is still out there. Here's a creepy incident caught on a Ring camera that a hacker had taken over. The hacker tried to talk to a young girl while she was watching TV.
What you watching? Hey, what show is that?
The camera was set up in the kitchen by her dad, Adam Kerselek. When Adam stepped out briefly, the hacker spoke to his daughter.
Seen that show before. What season you on? Hello?
Confused, Adam came back, opened the fridge, and the voice asked, "What are you eating?"
Hello? What are you eating? You hungry?
What?
He looked around, puzzled about where the voice was coming from, until he realized it was coming from the camera.
Ring off.
What was that?
Hello. This is Ring.
Who is it?
Adam turned off the camera right after that and was really upset about the poor security on Amazon's products. He mentioned that he was never told to set up two-factor verification when he first installed the camera 6 months earlier. Because of this security issue, he's since removed all his interior cameras. Sadly, the Kersleks aren't the only ones with such a horror story. Since 2019, over 10 other families in different states have reported hackers speaking to them through their devices. Just after 4 a.m. on October 21st, 2023, police in Hotville, Maryland, went to check on someone on Admar Road. There, they found a half-dressed body lying in the street. The victim was 28-year-old Franklin Mendez. He had just dropped his sister off at work when he was hit by a car. Shockingly, his body got stuck in the car's windshield, but the driver kept going for another 2 miles. At the crime scene, the driver dumped Mendez's body next to the road, took a short break to smoke, and then ran off. The driver hasn't been caught yet, but the car was identified as an older gray Honda Civic with a white sticker across the top of the back window. This one's seriously wild. We see a big clown climbing the steps to a house, and he's holding a bag that looks like it's covered in blood. When he reaches the porch, he tosses the bag down and starts peeking through the window. Then, he spots the camera, gives it a super creepy smile, and even rubs his hand over it. Definitely gives you the creeps just watching it. Late one night, A guy's doorbell camera caught a blurry, transparent figure that looked kind of like a person moving slowly down the sidewalk across the street. Most people would assume it's just a person. But the weird thing is, after checking the footage, the homeowner asked a neighbor with a camera to review their footage from the same time. Turns out, their footage didn't show the figure at all. This guy tried to break into a house using some tool, but fortunately, the door was locked and he couldn't get in. The homeowner wasn't around, but got an alert and called the cops. The guy is still on the loose and hasn't been caught yet. This video from August 20th, 2023, taken in Springfield, Illinois, captures a guy totally losing it over a rent dispute.
Hi. If you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now.
Hey Dave, this is your renter. Apartment on. I got all your rent today. I've been out for 2 days under ice, and you don't have food. And I told you I rang your bell. You don't answer your phone. You're playing a goddamn phone game. I want somebody to meet. And you don't get a phone with me.
The twist? The residents have no clue who he is. He's either flipped out or he's got the wrong house. Hard to say which. This guy tried to break into a random house without realizing he was on camera and the homeowner was actually home.
Can I help you?
Joe here?
Hi, who are you looking for?
Joe?
No, you have the wrong place.
Sorry, bro.
He was trying to steal our stuff from the game.
After getting spotted, he took off but didn't give up. Instead, he tried to break into other houses. Things went south when one homeowner fired at him. Needless to say, it didn't end well for him. Steve got a notification about someone in his driveway, so he checked it out. These young guys were behaving weirdly, even peeking into his neighbor's car before darting over to another car across the street. Steve jumped into action and turned on the siren on his floodlight camera, and that scared the jerks away. It's great to see their scheme get busted. In Chula Vista, California, these two were cruising around, swiping Ring cameras. a bunch of neighbors called the cops, and they managed to nab these two. Trent Leonce and his family had just moved into his grandparents' house, which is pretty isolated. They were usually pretty relaxed about security because it's so secluded. However, one night around 1 a.m., while everyone was mostly asleep, Trent got an alert from their Ring doorbell about some motion at the front door. They thought it was just their outdoor cats at first, until the alert actually said there was someone at the door. One of the family members grabbed a weapon, went to the door, and found a guy there raising his hands, asking for help.
Help? Can I use a phone to call a cab?
He asked to use a phone, so they handed him a cell phone.
Don't no problems, man. You know me? Yep.
After making his call, he started walking down the road. Curious and cautious, two family members followed him in their truck to see where he was heading. Seeing him approach another house about half a mile away, they decided they didn't want him around there or the neighbors' houses. So, they offered him a ride into town, which he accepted. Throughout the ride, he kept his hands up and watched the family members cautiously as he backed away from the truck when they dropped him off. Now, there's some suspicion, because another family had seen him doing something similar in a different neighborhood the week before, asking for help late at night and trying doors in dimly lit streets. It seemed like he might have been trying to take advantage of people's kindness to get into their homes, but it's not clear if he was actually in distress or if he ever got into any houses. In Reseda, California, around 1:20, a group of young guys pulled up in a car and started stealing and vandalizing someone's Christmas decorations. The homeowner showed up just 26 minutes too late to catch them. At this point, it seems like putting up Christmas decorations outside isn't even worth it anymore. Too many get stolen or vandalized. We all know porch pirates are a pain, right? They're pretty much everywhere. But in this case, a bear decided to get in on the action and swiped a package right off someone's front doorstep. With package theft spiking during the holiday season, it looks like even the bears want a piece of the pie. When the homeowner noticed his package was missing, he went to investigate the next day and found it a few yards from his house, all torn apart. On New Year's Eve, this guy drove up to a parked Porsche Macan and smashed its windows. The vandalism was reported to the police, but unfortunately, the guy is still out there. In San Francisco, California, a guy came to Stacy's door at 5:47 a.m., slipping a weapon into his pants.
My door.
Is this? I'm sorry. I think I might have the wrong door. Sorry about that.
Luckily, he left without causing any trouble. Given he was armed, it's a relief nothing bad happened. This woman has been causing trouble at Tim's business for 4 days straight. The police have shown up 5 times in those 4 days because she's been deliberately having bowel movements at his front door and swearing up a storm, all because Tim asked her to leave. She's also been pretty violent. The weird part is, the police haven't been able to do much about it. Imagine a bunch of random guys showing up at your place late at night. That's exactly what went down in Beaverton, Oregon. These guys started arriving at this house out of the blue.
Hey. Who are you?
I'm waiting for someone.
I think you got the wrong address, man. Who are you waiting for? Can I help you?
Sorry, I must have the wrong place.
Alright, bye. Hey, can I help you?
Oh, I think I'm in the wrong spot. Sorry. A friend texted me an address, but I think we're just out of sync.
Okay.
My bad, my bad.
Can I help you?
I think I have the wrong house. I'm sorry. Have a good night.
Alright.
People think they were supposed to meet a girl they met online. Looks like they got scammed and showed up at the wrong address. This woman thought she'd swipe a package from a house, not realizing the homeowner was really on the ball.
I'm gonna report that to the cops right now. I got a camera right there. Nope. You're gonna go, nope. If you're looking for 546.
She got caught red-handed, which must have been pretty embarrassing. Reminder not to leave your packages out too long. There are way too many of these jerks around. This guy saw a package inside a house and actually reached through a locked black gate to grab it. Imagine if he used that much effort to get a job or something. This guy went onto someone's property and tried to take down the doorbell camera, but the homeowner was there.
Can I help you? Turn that down. Turn that down. Hello? Somebody's at our door.
The homeowner called the cops on this suspicious guy, but he hasn't been identified yet and is still out there. These 3 masked bandits broke into a house and made off with jewelry, cash, and some electronics before escaping in their getaway car. They managed to dodge capture at first, but it didn't take long for them to get caught. This next video was uploaded this year, and it shows a young kid trying to steal an electric scooter. What's wild is that the kid actually got away, and no one has been able to figure out who he is or where the scooter ended up. Seriously, the world needs a reset. On September 11th, 2023, in Las Vegas, Nevada, a Ring doorbell caught a group of teens throwing eggs at a house. You've got to wonder, were they mad at the homeowner, or did they just pick a random house to mess with for kicks? Lisa was just chilling when her cat leaned on her dog, causing the poor pup to tumble into the pool. Good thing she was right there to see it happen. If she hadn't been, things could have gone south real fast. Around 6 a.m., a guy pulled up in a gray Audi A4, got out, and snagged some paperwork from a parked car. It seems like it might be part of an identity scam. Late one night, this guy was caught trying to break into cars, but when the cops showed up, he played it cool, claiming he knew the car's owner.
I'm just, the owner, what? The owner just sold it to my buddy, and... Who was the owner? He, took off the 7-Eleven. I can give you his number. You want me to get his number? You have a phone? I think I left it in the house. Okay, come here. Why, sir? Because I just got a call that you were breaking into this car.
The police bought his story and let him go. Later, the homeowner called the cops to clarify that the guy had no right to be there. Now, the police are on the lookout for him. In this footage, someone can be seen sneakily approaching Alan's front door, caught on his doorbell camera. After trying and failing to open the door, they started messing with the doorbell, likely trying to remove it once they realized it was a video doorbell. When they couldn't dismount the doorbell without a special screwdriver, they resorted to covering the camera with their hand and ringing the bell. This all went down at 2 in the morning, prompting the homeowner to immediately check his phone when he heard the doorbell and notification. The person then moved to the side of the house, and by this point, the homeowner was already on the phone with 911. While talking to 911, the homeowner heard someone tampering with the doorknob of a side entrance, a door he sometimes forgot to lock, though fortunately, it was locked that night. Unable to enter, the intruder started saying hello in a weirdly friendly yet creepy tone through the door. The 911 operator advised the homeowner to stay inside and not to engage with the person. The intruder banged on the door a bit before giving up. The police arrived, but weren't able to do much with just the video as evidence. Later that night, the homeowner got another alert about movement at his front door, but saw no one on the video feed. To this day, he still has no idea who was behind the mask and sunglasses. A family was just doing their thing when suddenly a dog jumped into their yard, but their own dogs quickly sprang into action and defended their owners.
What the hell was that?
They did a great job and even got a little reward afterwards. Mario uploaded a video where he expected to see an Amazon delivery at his doorbell camera alert, but instead, there was a snake at his front door. It slithered around for a few minutes before taking off. Fortunately, no one was outside at the time, so nobody got hurt. In Atlanta, Georgia, a woman was hanging out on someone's porch, and when the homeowner asked her to leave, she got all fired up like she was ready for a WWE SmackDown.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Can I help you? Do you need anything?
Can you give me a second? I was looking for a cigarette.
She eventually stormed off, yelling and screaming.
I don't have a second to give. I'm very sorry.
I'm sorry! You got a goddamn music, bitch!
It seemed like she might have been under the influence or dealing with some mental issues. Hard to say for sure. In Los Angeles, California, some guy rolled up to a random house and swiped the homeowner's son's scooter. No one was home, so he took his sweet time. Guess he had nowhere better to be. Pretty low move stealing a kid's scooter, though. Creeps like this are everywhere. Better stay on top of your alerts. In San Francisco, some thieves were driving around and swiped a license plate off a car. The owner reported it to the cops. To avoid this kind of theft, think about using anti-theft screws on your plates. These screws only turn one way, so you can't just unscrew them without special tools. Two guys were working on their car in the driveway when a dog wandered by and gave them a bit of a scare. At first, they were startled, but then they found the whole thing pretty amusing. Luckily, the dog didn't try to mess with them. In this clip, it's like the fireworks suddenly made this wannabe criminal botanist think it was okay to steal someone's plant. Totally absurd. He spends a moment either gathering his courage or wrestling with his conscience about taking the plant. Could he look any more suspicious? Then, he finally just goes for it. He couldn't resist the lure of a free plant. Seriously, even the plants aren't safe anymore. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, some guys attempted to break into a house. They didn't steal anything, but did try to mess with the garage after wandering around. Here's another camera angle showing these trespassers leaving the property. These guys need to realize that actions have consequences. If they had broken into the wrong house, the homeowner might have taken drastic measures. In Elgin, Illinois, this guy decided it would be a good idea to hang out on someone's porch and mess around with the residents. He ended up getting chased off. Hopefully, things didn't escalate and nobody ended up in a fight. Around 10:30 p.m. on August 17, 2017, 32-year-old Hop Nagirin from Texas was last seen driving on State Highway 161. That same night, a mysterious person was caught on camera putting a piece of paper over Hop's doorbell camera to hide their identity. This person approached the door backwards and seemed to enter the house. Due to the deliberate nature of these actions, some people think this person might be connected to organized crime. Hop's family suspects that he was abducted by this individual. In Dallas, Texas, this woman showed up at a house at night, took down the doorbell camera, and then broke in. The homeowner called the police after getting an alert, but by the time they arrived, she had already split. She's still on the loose. When all you want to do is build a snowman, and then this happens. That was a close call. Luckily, everyone's okay. In San Pablo, California, a guy drove up to a red car at night, probably up to no good, and used some tool to take out the window. He climbed into the car and likely grabbed something, but when he saw a white car pulling into the driveway, he bolted. The owner called the cops about it, but they haven't figured out who the guy is yet. In Van Nuys, California, this guy swiped tools from a parked truck. The homeowner reported the theft to the police, but the thief is still out there. In this video from May 2022, there's a guy with a cigarette walking up to a door and ringing the doorbell.
Oh, no. I don't want to commit to a marriage.
How can I help you?
Hey, y'all
How can I help you?
I want to cash a check. Hey.
Hello?
Hey.
Then another man, wearing flannel, comes into view. The first guy gives a creepy stare into the camera and keeps looking back at the flannel guy before he starts talking into the camera, saying they have a check they're trying to cash.
How can I help you?
Can you hear me? I got it. Give me that check. No. Is this a check cashing service? She can't hear you. Show her the check. Hello, is this a check cashing service?
The video just cuts off there. It's pretty odd seeing them trying to cash checks at random people's houses like that. This guy walked up to a house in broad daylight, probably demanding something.
What do you want?
The homeowner wasn't having any of it and told him to take off.
No. No. Can you get off my plate? Come on, man. No. I come back here all the time. No, you don't. Get off my property and my color. No, Ricky? No, wrong address. Come on, man. Oh, don't. Come on, man. All the time,
Lucky for him, he did leave, because the homeowner was ready to call the cops, and that could have ended badly for him. On January 27th, two men and a woman carjacked a man. The next day, 30-year-old Alberto Beltran was caught on camera ditching the stolen car in the 300 block of S. Sullivan and then fleeing in a gold-colored Acura. About 2 weeks later, Alberto Beltran, identified as one of the suspects from the January 27th incident, was arrested by SAPD patrol officers. The other 2 suspects are still at large. A guy wandered onto someone's property just to take a quick rest. The homeowner got a notification and ended up chatting with him.
Excuse me, can I help you? Okay, that's fine. You can rest back there if you need to. I just wanted to make sure you're good. Okay. Good. You're good. I just wanted to make sure everything's good.
It was pretty cool of her to let him hang out for a bit. Some people might not have been so understanding and could have called the cops on him for trespassing. This video from Richmond, Virginia, dated August 24th, 2023, shows a bold thief snatching a box right from a FedEx driver's hands. And the BMW involved looks like it might be stolen too, don't you think? This duo tried to swipe someone's package right in broad daylight. The guy grabbed it, but then tossed it back. Maybe he saw the homeowner coming, or noticed the police nearby. Either way, it's good he didn't get away with it. In Oceanside, California, around midnight, these 2 guys broke into the Copper Hill mailboxes and swiped some mail. The theft was reported to the cops, but these 2 are still on the loose. In San Francisco, a woman checked out someone's car late at night and, unfortunately, found it unlocked. She grabbed something from inside and took off. Remember to lock your car doors. These creeps are really everywhere. In Little Rock, Arkansas, a guy was caught trying to break into someone's car, not realizing he was being watched. He bolted when he got caught.
Hey! Look in the car, see if he took anything. Did he take anything?
No. Show me the video.
He's lucky the car's owner didn't come out armed, or things could have turned out much worse. This woman tried to grab a package from someone's front door, but the homeowner was quick to react and came outside to get his package back.
Hello? Excuse me. There was a package here, I think?
Sorry. I'm not gonna run off with it. I'm home with it. You do. It's a holiday.
It's good to see her plan get shut down. Late at night in Little Rock, Arkansas, a guy was caught on various doorbell cameras trying to open car doors. Neighbors noticed, called the cops, and reported him. He ended up getting nabbed. In Buffalo, New York, this guy goes to a house to borrow a shovel. When he finds no one's home, he just takes one.
I just need to borrow a shovel, if possible. Anybody home?
Seriously, shovel your own stuff and return what you borrow, man. People really need to learn some basic manners and not take things without asking. This video from February 2022 starts with a guy checking out a car. After that, he tries to open a door, and when it doesn't budge, he rings the doorbell. The homeowner, who got an alert from his Ring doorbell camera, asks who's there, but the guy just walks off.
Can I help you? Huh?
Pretty creepy, huh? The police eventually detained him, but since he hadn't actually committed a crime, they had to let him go. In Los Angeles, California, this impaired driver had way too many drinks and ended up hitting every sign in his path. He could have avoided all this mess just by calling an Uber. Totally ridiculous and stupid. A guy wandered onto someone's property and tried to swipe a package, but the alarm went off and he bolted. Keeping your alerts on is a good move. It can really save you from theft. This guy showed up at someone's house with sketchy intentions, but when he realized he was caught, he left the package behind.
We can't answer the door right now, but if you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now.
Excuse me. Excuse me. You just took that bag off my door?
It seems like these porch pirates are popping up more and more, isn't it? In Las Vegas, Nevada, an angry older woman tried to open someone's front door, kicked it, and started cursing.
Give me my house.
Like, what's up with her? Seems like she might have some mental issues. Turns out, she did this at a few other houses in the neighborhood too. The police got several calls about her antics, and she was quickly picked up. On December 30th, 2019, in Santa Ana, two teens were walking along Wilshire Avenue when an older Honda Accord pulled up beside them. Four guys got out and confronted the teens, asking about gang ties and demanding their stuff. The teens ran, but the group chased them down and attacked them, even hitting one with a baseball bat. They grabbed the teen's belongings and took off. Luckily, the injuries were minor, and the Santa Ana police caught up with these jerks and threw them in jail. In Compton, a guy started trying doorknobs at an apartment, turning them so forcefully that the resident inside had to hold the door shut.
Wrong door? No. Wrong door. Wrong door, I'm sorry.
The incident was reported, but the police didn't take any action. Late one night in Jacksonville, Florida, two pit bulls launched an attack on a Honda SUV, tearing it apart piece by piece and scattering parts all over the driveway. The owner, Christy Barr, woke up to find her vehicle almost destroyed, with damages close to $3,000. Looking for answers, Barr checked her Ring camera footage and saw the whole scene unfold, with the dogs pulling at the car so hard that it moved.
On the video, you could see both of them tugging on it, and they were tugging so hard that my car moved.
The chaos was sparked by a neighborhood cat, which appeared in the footage right before the dogs started their attack. It had been hidden in the SUV's engine compartment and luckily escaped unscathed. The story was so out there that no one believed it until they saw the video, emphasizing how strange the situation was.
Nobody believed me until they saw it on tape. It was just bizarre. Nobody believed that dogs would do that.
Whether the dogs were strays remains a mystery. On March 4, 2024, in Seattle, Washington, a suspect involved in an armed robbery was fleeing from the police late at night and went into people's yards.
Yeah, please! On the ground now! Let me see your hands! How'd you get over? He just crossed over here. He hopped. Go around the side. Hey, down the alley to your right, behind you, down that alley.
Initially, he managed to get away, but eventually his luck ran out and he was arrested. In the video, a woman's ex-boyfriend is seen tampering with her door. She called the police, and the man was arrested. He faced charges including using explosives criminally, arson, damaging property, and stalking or harassment. On February 17, 2024, in Fairfield, Alabama, a man approached a car parked outside a residence and set it ablaze.
Hey! Hey! Man, somebody at my mother house just got through with that car. Jalen's car is on fire.
The homeowner shared video footage of the incident, expressing shock and stating that she did not recognize the individual. A few days later, thanks to additional video evidence from neighboring CCTV cameras, the authorities were able to arrest the suspect. In Las Vegas, Nevada, a homeowner got an alert while he was out and saw 4 people breaking into his place through the camera. He called the cops, but no arrests were made. Just so you know, the FBI's 2020 report says there were about 1,117,696 burglaries, making up 16.1% of all property crimes. Burglaries have been going down in the United States for the last 20 years, thanks to better home security, people keeping an eye out, and police strategies. On February 12, 2024, in Norfolk, Virginia, a homeowner got an alert on their phone about someone being in their backyard. This person had entered a spare car parked there, prompting the homeowner to quickly call the police.
Moving there. Get out of the truck right now with your hands up. Show me your hands. Do everybody wear ski masks when they drive? Wear ski masks when they drive.
Well, ask any questions. Get it back in the car. Check in, search it.
Hey, your vehicle back here, would you just be willing to look in the back and just make sure nothing, you could, I don't have a bunch of stuff in it, but would you say, yeah, that's not mine, that is mine, real quick? I just don't want him dumping something in your car.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Okay. He wants to identify what's in the truck, that's ours.
See, yeah, he was in the back of the car, we got him, but we just want to...
Yeah, we seen him on the radio. That's why I called him.
I appreciate,
The intruder was caught and charged with trespassing by the police. Fortunately, the homeowner was not harmed. On March 29, 2024, in northwest Harris County on Renmark Lane near Cypresswood Drive, a man was mowing a lawn when he saw some guys stealing gear from his truck parked a bit away. As they made their getaway and drove past him, they tried to run him over. In defense, he hurled his weed whacker at their car's windshield. The car kept going, but during their escape, one of the thieves was thrown out of the vehicle onto the street. This guy tried to get up, but kept falling, especially when the lawn guy came at him with the weed eater. He eventually managed to run off and got into a red four-door car waiting nearby.
What they're trying to do is they're stealing equipment. Stealing the equipment.
Acaban de robar. Agárralo, agárralo.
They're stealing his equipment.
Stay on the floor, stay on the floor, stay on the floor. Stay on the floor. Stay on the floor. Go ahead. Stay on the floor! Stay on the floor! Come out! Come out! Get the back! 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 Come in!
Think what? The red car. The red car. They coming back? No, he took off. I had to go to get my gun. ¿Te lo robaron? ¿Te llevaron algo?
¿Cómo algo?
¿Qué te llevaron? ¿Fuiste tú que lo rompiste? ¿Fuiste tú que lo rompiste con todo?
There might have been another dark car involved too. The thrown-out thief, Jarrell Alexander, got minor injuries from this mess and was later found at a hospital. In a neighborhood with abandoned houses, a video captures a home invader exploiting the situation. He emerges from a garage window, struggling to manage his haul. The invader reaches back through the window, trying to free his hands so he can pull his loot outside. The presence of a boarded-up house across the street likely emboldens him, thinking there are few eyes to see his actions at 1:30 a.m. Among the items he steals is a gas-powered weed eater. He then makes his way to the front of the house, leaving with the stolen goods. This incident is a stark reminder of those who feel entitled to others' possessions, unaware that they don't rightfully belong to them. While at work one day, Rohit began receiving alerts from his Ring app indicating movement on his property. He immediately accessed the live view on his Ring security cameras and spotted 2 intruders attempting to break into his house. By activating the alarm's siren feature, he scared them off. Although the intruders weren't caught and thus avoided arrest, they would have faced serious charges if they had been. Burglary and home invasion convictions can result in harsh consequences, such as lengthy jail terms, substantial fines, and the requirement to pay restitution. The Phoenix Police Department shared surveillance footage that clearly captures 4 men trying to break into a house. As they manage to kick down the front door, they're greeted with firing from the homeowner, who is protecting their home. Despite the homeowner's efforts to defend the property, none of the intruders were identified or caught after the event. Hopefully, these wrongdoers will eventually be arrested. The video, which is quite unsettling, was recorded in Las Vegas, Nevada on New Year's Eve. It shows a man approaching a business after hours and taking his actions to an extreme level.
You're a piece of bitch! Mother.
This incident raises questions about what could drive someone to behave in such a manner. Clearly, this guy's actions warrant legal consequences. In Woodhaven, New York, a guy was caught poking around a house late at night and ended up breaking in through a window. The homeowner wasn't home, but saw it on their phone alert and called the cops. When the police arrived, the guy was still inside, and they arrested him. A homeowner in Houston, Texas, shared a video of a sketchy situation. He was by himself at home when a man came up to his door, claiming he'd been attacked.
Let me look inside! Let me look inside! Hurry up! Open the door, look inside! Hurry up! Man, I'm getting shot, bro!
The video kind of shows the guy was up to something else. He kept looking back like he was signaling to someone. It's unclear if he was armed. The guy was caught on camera talking to someone as he walked away. Good thing the homeowner stayed safe and didn't open the door. You can't be too careful, especially with shady figures around at night. The homeowner reported it to the cops, but they haven't caught the guy yet. He's still out there. Having someone show up at your door late at night is always unnerving. In this case, a police officer is trying to reach out to a homeowner while other officers search the nearby woods.
Door right now. But if you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now.
Police often face the tough job of quickly assessing the danger in any given moment, and an armed homeowner answering their call can make for a highly charged scenario. Thankfully, in this instance, the officer kept calm and the homeowner started communicating right away once the conversation started.
Hey there. How are you, brother?
What's going on? What you
Put
need?
that up for me?
I can. I'm an officer, but what? What you need?
Yeah, put that up for me.
Why you knocking on my door?
It's a relief that the situation didn't escalate, and both sides came out of it without any harm. In Milton, Massachusetts, a man broke into a house, stole something, and was leaving when the homeowner's dog tried to follow him out.
Hello? 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 I didn't even know they had it. Come on, come on, come on.
Interestingly, he made sure to put the dog back inside the house before he left. Thanks to video evidence, he was eventually arrested. In Raleigh, North Carolina, a man was seen wandering the streets, looking into cars. He stumbled upon an unlocked vehicle, which he then stole. The incident was captured on video and shared with the police, who later arrested the man and recovered the vehicle. It's worth noting that in 2022, California, Texas, and Washington reported the highest number of vehicle thefts in the U.S., pointing to significant regional differences in this type of crime. For example, California alone reported 202,685 stolen vehicles. To your left, you'll see the mailman, rain or shine, diligently delivering mail. Suddenly, two young guys, one in a red hoodie, confront him, pointing a weapon and demanding the keys to his mail truck. They snatch the keys and dash off in search of the truck. Remarkably, Rayner, ever committed to his duty, picks up the mail he dropped during the assault and continues on his route. It really makes you question, what's happening to the world when not even mail carriers are safe? Seeing someone approach your house late at night wearing a spooky mask leaves you questioning, could it be a mere joke, or is there a more ominous reason behind it? Either way, it's unsettling to witness such a scene at your doorstep after dark. In Spokane, Washington, on the evening of December 14, 2023, a Ring camera captured footage of a stranger wandering through someone's backyard. The homeowner, upon noticing the intruder, felt compelled to confront him, fearing he might attempt to steal something.
Oh, it's okay. I was just like, who's out there?
Yeah, I promise you I'm not, you know what I mean?
Oh, no, it's cool. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know how narrow it is, though.
Sorry, man. I'm doing dinner and stuff.
The video shows the intruder darting out the gate only to return shortly after. It was at this moment the homeowner decided to investigate outside, but the stranger acted as if nothing unusual had occurred. It's unclear what the stranger's intentions were, but the homeowner felt it was important to share the footage. Late one night in Tampa, Florida, a man trespassed onto someone's property and made off with their pool equipment. The incident was promptly reported to the police, leading to the thief's arrest within just a week. Law enforcement has noticed a troubling trend of thieves stealing pool equipment, aiming for items essential for summertime pool use. In response, detectives are advising homeowners to take preventive actions to protect their property and avoid falling victim to such thefts. A series of break-ins targeting vehicles took place in the Trevor Creek and Antioch Manor areas in March 2024, with 14 vehicles being broken into. While some had items stolen, others showed signs of tampering from attempted thefts. Early in the morning, around 4:30 a.m., 2 vehicles were reported as stolen. Police officers who spotted these stolen cars gave chase, but the situation quickly escalated as the thieves drove at speeds close to 100 miles per hour in the downtown area. Considering the high speed and potential danger to the public, officers decided to call off the chase. Further investigation revealed that one of the stolen vehicles had been left running, unlocked, possibly with the keys still inside, in the owner's driveway. The other was likely started without a key, a technique known as hot wiring. In response to these events, Police Chief Jeffrey Gutchow issued an advisory to the community, urging everyone to lock their vehicles and keep valuables out of view. As it stands, the suspects are still at large, with the police on the lookout for them. From Boston, Massachusetts, a homeowner receives a notification from his doorbell camera about someone on his porch. Watch and listen as the homeowner attempts to figure out why the young man is there.
Can I help you? Hello, I can help you? Hello? Come to the front door.
Oh, hi. I'm all like,
hi, what do you need?
I'm just waiting for my Uber.
For your Uber?
Yeah, Uber.
You can stay on my porch.
Huh?
You can stay in my porch.
Why? Is there a problem? I'm just waiting on you.
It's a property. It's a private property. You can stay here. You don't live in my house.
I'm not being disruptive.
You can stay on my porch. It's private property. Please, out of my house.
It turns out, the young man wasn't too pleased about being asked to leave the private property.
Out of my house. I called the police.
The homeowner ended up calling the police, and as a result, this unwelcome visitor was arrested. It's lucky that the security camera was rolling. Watch the guy in the black SUV. He's about to break the law twice. After driving by and parking, he crosses the street to the uploader's neighbor's car. He quickly steals both license plates and then casually walks back to his SUV. And what's his second crime? Wearing those super bright blue flip-flops should be considered a crime against fashion. All jokes aside, he managed to make a clean getaway with the plates. Even though the uploader handed the footage over to his neighbor, who then gave it to the police, they decided not to investigate the theft. In Los Angeles, California, a thief brazenly took advantage of an opportunity to steal a bike in broad daylight, believing no one was watching. However, he was unaware that his actions were being recorded on camera. The homeowner quickly notified the police, leading to the thief's arrest. The homeowner got into the risky routine of leaving her car doors unlocked while it was parked on the street. Naturally, it wasn't long before someone took advantage of this and broke into her car. Caught on a doorbell camera, a man is seen taking items from her car, including a set of keys he thought might open her house. While the young woman was asleep inside, he tested the keys on her door. Luckily, none of them worked, and he had to leave without gaining entry. It's a chilling thought to consider what could have happened if he had been able to get inside. Melody was asleep when an intruder attempted to enter her car, but her Ring floodlight cam and its motion warning feature were wide awake to fend him off. As soon as the man pulled open her car door, the camera's motion sensors kicked in, triggering the motion warning.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
This sent the would-be thief running, allowing Melody to rest easy without losing a wink of sleep or any belongings from her car. In Buffalo, New York, this guy just showed up at some random house and swiped a shovel. Seriously, if you live there, you've got to be ready for the snow and get your own shovel. It's pretty straightforward. Just don't go around stealing other people's stuff. From January 29th to March 7th, 2023, an unknown person, nicknamed the Night Stalker, tried to get into several homes in the Melbourne suburbs. Dressed in a mask and gloves, this person is believed to be a Caucasian male, aged between 30 to 40. In one case caught on a doorbell camera, he entered a house in Post Hill, while a family with 2 young kids slept upstairs. He wandered around the house for 6 minutes and then left without taking or damaging anything. The fact that he didn't steal anything or cause damage has detectives worried that he might become violent in the future. Luckily, there have been no signs of him for over a year, but the concern that he might come back still lingers. While strolling past a neighbor's house in Providence, Rhode Island, 2 young friends, Mario Camella and Anthony Lombardi, heard a fire alarm sounding. Concerned, they reached out to the family, only to learn they were out, leaving their dogs at home alone.
Dude, your fire alarm's going off.
Then you turn the lock.
Okay. Dude, it's smoky.
Getting the front door's code from the family, Mario and Anthony entered the smoky house and managed to save 2 dogs, Faith and Boo, and immediately called 911. But they soon realized another dog, Chase, was still trapped inside.
Get the dogs. Call 911. Call 911. Hey, I got your dogs out. I got your dogs.
Bravely, one of the boys dashed back into the smoke to rescue Chase from upstairs.
Tons of smoke coming out of the window.
The homeowners, Athena DiBenedetto and John Salisbury, think the fire might have started by one of the dogs accidentally turning on the stove, setting a wooden chopping board alight, a mishap that had occurred previously.
All she needs to do is just lean on that, and it's...
The community and the dog owners celebrated Mario and Anthony as heroes for their actions.
They're heroes,
These boys are heroes. We could have lost everything. We call Mario Super Mario.
Athena and John were deeply thankful, recognizing that the boys not only saved their pets, but possibly their home too. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.